What is our objective right now? Who was the boy? Find out what Alyssa knows. Okay.
Aye, and once you're done in the kitchen, go and clean up the cellar. The spiders have made a nest down there. A big one, too. They're crawling everywhere. Master David, nice of you to grace us with your presence.
Do I act friendly and say thanks for waiting, or do I counter him? Let's be friendly. Don't want to make enemies.
I appreciate your patience.
I've had the staff prepare some of the finest Scottish delicacies for you. Black pudding, haggis, scrambled eggs with deer brain, and bacon.
Dear brain. I don't want to be rude. Actually, let's eat some
I
of
shot
that.
the deer myself, in the local woods.
Maybe eat some of this. And what is that? Ugh, nah, I'm good. I'm good. Set
That
some
was
eggs.
delicious. Thank you.
I'm sure our local specialities must seem peculiar to one raised as you were.
I was raised in India. My spectrum of peculiar has quite a range.
Yes, Master David?
His work for the Gordons.
You've worked for the family all your life.
Yes, Master David. Save my time serving in Swaziland.
You served in South Africa?
Oh, indeed, sir. During the Boer War. But Sir Edward intervened and I was able to return unharmed from that most futile conflict.
The maid seems to be afraid.
May I ask, the maid, she seems nervous, almost afraid of me.
She's afraid of everything.
You don't think much of her?
I do not, sir. And, if I may be so bold, one of Lady Gordon's earrings has gone missing.
You suspect the maid?
Not my place to say, Master David.
Yet I think you just did say.
Yeah, pretty much. You're an asshole. Alright.
If I gave him the earring, he'd use it as an excuse to torment the maid. Not that I'd ever gain his trust. He's clearly loyal to Lady Margaret.
Yeah, leave the poor maid alone.
How many staff are there?
Nowadays, only myself, the maid, and Rory the gardener. I suppose you could include the lawyer, too, if that is work.
Not many for such a big house.
If you felt like hiring more staff, I would not complain, sir. But of course, not everyone is suited to work in this house.
Well,
Like yourself.
good day to you.
Indeed, sir.
Elsa knows more about my father than she dares tell me. I'd better earn her trust now. She might return to the village once the weather clears.
Let's go make friends with Elsa.
Smoking a pipe? I thought that would be beneath her station.
have a little chat, shall we, Lady Margaret?
Lady Margaret,
David?
may I first apologize for my strange behavior last night? It's just that...
Think nothing of it. You are obviously tired from your travels. Least said, soonest mended.
A boy in the castle.
I don't want to give her another reason to think me mad. This may seem like an unusual question.
I'd be surprised if it wasn't, dear boy.
Have I ever been here before? Is it possible I visited as a child and can no longer remember?
Oh no, you are a stranger to these walls.
And I have a feeling you prefer it stayed that way. What kind of man was my grandfather?
Oh, he was magnificent. He was handsome, so handsome, and caring.
Caring enough to knock a defenseless child down the stairs.
All was so very different when he was around.
Not for good. The maid seems to be afraid.
The maid. She seemed to be acting strangely, like she was frightened of me.
Yes, well, she's a simple sort, that one. She has probably heard of the curse of the Gordons the locals like to whisper about.
Curse? What curse?
Just a peasant superstition. I would guess she was worried you'd show the same displays of unpredictable violence as your father did.
I never knew my father to be the violent type.
Oh, there are many things you do not know about your father.
And who's to blame for that?
This is his doing.
No. I'm pretty sure he was abused.
What? But how?
You gotta break the cycle.
I'd rather not discuss it. And that maid should really keep her mouth shut and locate the earring she lost. She's like a magpie with shiny, expensive things.
I could give it to her, and she'd still never tell me anything useful about my father or the secrets of this place. But the maid? I could use this to earn her trust.
Yeah, let's help the maid out.
I shall take my leave, Lady Margaret.
Yes. Oh, and David, the master of the house needs to respect the privacy of those under his roof. Even your father understood that. Sometimes a cabinet is locked for a reason.
I don't know what you're talking about. We're just going to feign ignorance. Yeah.
A cabinet? I don't know what you mean. I'm sorry, I don't know what to say. I don't know anything about it.
I see. Never mind, then.
She totally still suspects me. Alright, where do we go now?
A sign of modernity, even in ancient houses like this.
Modernity. Right. So that leads to the kitchen. I guess we go to the kitchen. The maid might be there. Oh, there she is.
Miss Crannan?
Blood, John, my father, the attic, or the earring. Let's start off with the blood that you're obviously cleaning.
Isn't that used for transporting cooked food? Why is there blood in it?
Ugh, the wee scunner thought it would be funny to put one of his dead beasties in it to fear me. He should keep them in the cellar and... Sorry, sir. I'm speaking out of turn.
Who? John, my father.
Did you ever talk to my father?
I was serving here when he... That is to say,
Go on, please.
I didn't think it'd be proper, sir. Lady Margaret said... Oh, sorry, sir. I must get on with my work.
She's clearly under duress.
She is of the butler.
Yep,
Poor girl.
she's under duress. It's not fair.
You said my father saw things.
I don't want to talk about it, sir.
Of course you don't. It's fine. We'll get you to trust me.
I noticed the attic door is locked.
You'd best ask Angus, sir. I hardly go up there.
The mere mention of the attic terrified her. What is in there?
Well, the attic is locked, so we can't go in there just yet. Let's tell her about the earring. Gain her trust.
I think you may have lost this.
Oh, sir! Oh, thank you, sir. I only wanted to see how it looked in the mirror. I didn't mean to. I was scared to tell her ladyship. Oh, she can have such a temper.
What are you going to do now?
If I can sneak it into the salon, maybe her ladyship will think she lost it there herself.
Oh,
What I
sneaky.
know about her, I very much doubt her ladyship will.
She's too stuck up to think she made any mistakes. It's fine. But good plan though. Let's talk about my father's final days.
What happened to my father here?
I'm sorry, sir. You're not like the rest of them here. Oh, sir, there's things you should know, but I really need this job.
It's fine. You don't have to force
She knows
it.
something. But how can I convince her to trust me?
By telling her she'll be safe, she'll keep her job, by securing her a job. Spiders in the cellar.
Would you like me to escort you to the cellar?
Wouldn't be proper to ask the owner of the house to do that, sir.
Well, I'm not the owner yet, and you didn't ask.
Very kind of you, sir.
Happy to help. I'll let you know when I'm ready to accompany you down there.
Alright.
I shall leave you to your work.
Let's have a look around before we go down to the cellar. Got a nice chunk of meat there.
Elsa knows more about my father than she does.
I guess we can just go down to the cellar now. Alright, Elsa, let's go.
Shall we?
Right, where is the spider nest?
How cruel of Mr. McKinnon to send her down here alone.
That's what I was thinking. Maybe
Let's see what we can find down here.
can we light the spider's nest?
Harsh as it may seem, a proper serving of fire is the only way to get rid of such a widespread infestation. This is as close as I get. Otherwise, I'll have them crawling all over me. I have to find a way to eliminate them altogether.
We need some sort of combustible or something to spread the flames. Probably one down here somewhere. Oh, hello. What is that?
Raw spirit. Not particularly palatable, but good for cleaning and magic tricks.
Okay, okay. That's gotta be it. What's this?
The water of life. Some of these whiskies are from local distilleries.
Oh, hello. That's a antelope. Or a deer.
Looks fresh.
Master Eddie's work. He and Mr. McKinnon put it here earlier. Poor beastie.
Eddie. Another family member I've yet to meet. Ooh, a lot of blood for just one animal.
Yep.
Not the most hygienic workstation.
To think I ate...
A hunting map. Looks like they've been poaching outside the Gordon estate.
Yeah, it's pretty illegal. Can't go hunting outside of our estate. Alright, let's try put out the spider's nest. This way, right? Yeah, here we go. Burn. Throw the spirit.
Step right up.
Sir? What are you... Oh my! Oh, that's amazing! Does that not hurt?
No, a little trick I learned in India.
Sorry, did that scare you, Elsa? I didn't think... Huh.
What's that look for? This must be Eddie, right?
And you are?
Edward Mallory.
Yep.
You may call me Edward III.
Nah,
This is cousin.
just call him Eddie.
He seems
Welcome to my castle.
as terrible as the rest of them. My castle indeed.
Alright, let's bring up some small talk. Where are your parents?
Pleased to meet you, Eddie. So, your parents would be my aunt and uncle Clara and Victor. Are they...
Dead. Dead as doornails, the pair of them.
Lovely.
What about my father?
You've lived here all your life, so you would have met my father.
Only after he lost what marbles he had left. If it were up to me, I'd have locked him up in the loony bin a bit sooner.
Locked him up?
So what are you doing down here anyway?
There's a line between honesty and rudeness that Cousin Eddie doesn't seem to recognize. I was helping Miss Cranon.
Oh, why didn't you ask me?
Excuse me, sir. Sirs, I really have to go.
Leaving so soon? Was it something I said?
Let it go, mate. Calm down.
They all tend to act like that in the presence of nobility.
You said something about a loony bin?
I did. Oh. Oh, you don't know.
Well,
Well, never you mind. I have an animal to prepare.
I'm getting very tired of everyone in this house avoiding my questions.
Agreed. Why can't anyone just give me a straight up answer? Of course I'm gonna keep looking for answers if you don't give it to me.
There's something you should know, sir. Something important. I overheard them talking, and
You're paid to work, not chat. Get to it, girl.
Yeah.
Sorry, Mr. McKinnon.
Oh, she's gonna be in trouble.
Library, after dinner.
Oh, you're gonna...
Last, I might get some answers.
Library after dinner. Okay, so we need to pass the time. Doing what exactly? We gotta find out who what the boy was. Who was the boy? I mean, if that was his grandfather we saw shoving the boy down the stairs, then that must be my father, right? As a kid? I guess we'll just look for clues related to the boy. Do we need to go to the library? No, let's try going over here first. think you would call this the study? No, no, the study is the library. What would this room be? It's the chill room.
This'll make it easier to carry.
Oh, you're taking a photo now?
The boy. It must be. But I need to be sure. Perhaps the names are on the back.
What do we have here?
The boy. How did he provoke Edward into throwing him down the stairs? Lady Margaret. She looks happy. I can't imagine her smiling like that these days.
So that's probably your father. That's John, Lady Margaret.
My family. Yet they're all still strangers to me.
This is Edward, the grandfather.
Grandfather Edward. Just as he looked last night.
And he said to look at the back. Bloodstains?
What's this? Looks like it's drawn in blood?
Oh, okay, okay. That's the boy?
The boy.
And that was the grandfather, Edward?
Regardless of what I told Miss Cranon, these visions are like nothing I've ever experienced before. And they're getting worse.
This eerie music.
I'll give that a spin later.
Where does this lead to? Oh, this is back in the dining room. I suppose we should ask someone about this picture. Have a little conversation with Lady Margaret, see if she knows anything.
Lady Margaret?
Yes, David?
Yeah, the family photograph.
I saw an old photograph of a boy in the other room. Something tells me she wouldn't be happy if she knew I had it in my pocket.
Ah, that was taken in 1894. Young Johnny, your father.
You can remember the exact year.
It is Johnny.
It's a funny thing when you reach my
John.
age. You can remember dates from decades ago.
But not what you had for breakfast.
Maybe others can't.
Who are the other people in the photo?
Who, may I ask, were the others in the picture?
That would be your Aunt Clara and your late great-grandmother, the last true Countess of Scahandu House. And my dear Edward, of course.
I noticed my father had a scar on his face. How did that happen?
Falling from a tree, perhaps? I can't recall. But your father was a clumsy child.
Can't recall. But you remember the date the photograph was taken.
Yeah. There are holes in your story.
I shall take my leave, Lady Margaret.
Yes.
Not necessarily holes in your story, just more like terrible lying, you know? Now where do we go? Find the grave from the painting. I suppose that means we go outside? Maybe? Maybe we can go outside. You can exit out through the dining room or the kitchen. Let's try the dining room. It's raining, so I don't know if it's gonna let me out. Okay, we're good. Oh, stop raining.
Finally, some fresh air.
Yeah, breathe it in. Alright, where do we go first? Oh, who's that? Oh, it's the creepy old dude.
Master David,
You could tell it was me.
That's not creepy at all.
your footsteps. I ken the walk of everyone here.
Wow, that's rather incredible.
Aye, that it is, laddie. That it is. I hear better than most. See more than most and all.
You see more with your with being partially blind? Okay. Maybe we... Oh.
Probably didn't look much better before the storm.
Let's have a little chat. Wait, what's that?
Father had a similar toolbox. But he still fix things around the house.
Father's hospitalization.
When you talked about what they did to my father, what did you mean?
You shouldn't have come back. You canna go through what he did as a bairn and no be sick.
So his hospitalization was justified then?
Not for me to say. Before you think of putting down roots here, you should think on what the poison grown here did to your father. You can?
Yeah, Ken?
No, not really.
Yeah, you're a bit vague there, mate.
If you dinna mind, this door will no mend itself.
I'll leave you to it then.
Just a bit vague. You know, people don't want to give answers, and then when they decide to, they give really vague, riddle-like answers. A question within an answer, leaving me with more questions. This is the graveyard in the picture. This is it. So we go to the grave that the boy was looking at, which was... What, that one?
Nobody left to mourn the dead or care for their graves, it seems.
No, that's not it. Must be... Ah, this one. This one.
I've seen this before. In the painting. This is the grave I saw in that waking dream or whatever it was. The grave my father buried something in as a boy. Who's buried here? If I could just... Ah, these vines are too thick.
Can I take it off?
I need something to cut through these.
Right. We need to find something that can cut through those vines so we can see who's buried there. Maybe... Oh, is that it? No, it's photo pieces. Maybe inside the chapel? Let's try go in the chapel.
Locked with a padlock. Andrew will have a key, but I'm not keen on waiting for his return.
Oh, the lawyer? Quest log updated. Find a way into the chapel. Okay, so we need to find a way to get rid of the padlock, and we need to figure out a way to clear the roots on the graveyard. So we gotta backtrack, I guess? Maybe we can find something outside? I don't think there's anything inside the house. There must be another way to go here. Or maybe that guy's fixed the door. Oh, hang on. There we go.
These tools. A hammer, a tenon saw, a bolt cutter. All a bit rusty, but in good order.
You don't mind if I borrow it, do you?
Rory's tool.
I'm probably gonna have to ask permission. Oh, do you have a key?
You wouldn't have to have a chapel key, would you?
Ain't set a foot in there for years, and I don't intend to either.
That'll be a no then.
Do you know who's on the graves without me looking?
The graveyard. Is it a family plot?
Aye. No matter how high and mighty, all the Gordons end up there.
A cheery thought. It's a shame we don't have the means to properly care for the graves.
Why bother? His bones and food for worms.
He's cold. Can I borrow your bolt cutters, please?
May I borrow your bolt cutter?
Maybe. If I ken what you need it for.
So nosy. You want to know everything I do, but you won't give me answers. Cut the padlock, uncover graves, or none of your business. I mean, I'm not as cold as you. I mean, I do need it to cut the padlock and to uncover the graves. Let's just look. Let's go with the graves. I don't think he wants me going into the chapel, so we'll give a.
The graves.
Yeah.
I would like to tidy them up. That way I can pay my respects properly.
Is that a fact? Why's that
He
then?
doesn't believe me.
They are my family. They
Oh,
deserve to be remembered.
great response.
Fair enough, laddie. Just grab it yourself, will ye?
Alright. Let's go see who's in the grave real quick. Remove the plants.
Better. Cecilia Shaw Nee Gordon. Aunt Cecilia.
Oh, it's Aunt Cecilia.
Now, let's see if there's something really buried in here. Another piece of the castle model.
Okay.
Another part of the model. And it's stained with what seems to be old blood. Why did Father bury this when he was a child?
A good question. Alright, so I guess we need to take the model piece back to the master room and put it on the model itself. But first let's see what's in the chapel. Oh, tap, I gotta tap A. Set.
The place is crumbling. Not the safest spot to pray.
Well done, Sherlock. Got some scriptures over here. I guess we're reading the...
Being the chronicle of the family Gordon, as laid down by Sir Drummond Gordon, the year of our Lord, 1413.
Local legend speaks of this particular glen as being inhabited from time immemorial. Enigmatic, elaborately carved Pictish stones stand as timeless evidence of this. As for the locals, they appear prideful of the counsel they delight in giving to visitors. Traveler, beware.
I'm a traveler now, am I?
The Celtic peoples arrived in this place like a great beast, bringing with them the bloodlines that would eventually spawn the Gordon clan. Using their superior numbers, knowledge, and machines of war, they swiftly conquered the primeval Picts. With them, they brought too their religion and druid clerics. The magics these wise men used did shape forever the lands, even until this present day.
We have a lot of background.
It is said that the sempiternal burden our family carries.
Okay,
rose
so we
at
got
that time.
a lot of history in our family. A lot of conquering, a lot of magical.
'Tis well recorded how the Empire of Rome did fail to tame the wayward Scots, that they did even raise a barrier to protect their mighty empire. What is seldom told is the truth behind their defeat. Our ancestors drew upon ancient powers to aid their victory, powers not easily fathomed by the fragile human mind. This aid did come at the greatest of costs, a debt as yet unsettled, a price we will continue to pay until the last Gordon passes to dust.
Okay. Well, that's not gonna be me. I'm gonna be a survivor. I won't end up like my father.
For the centuries, we Gordons made the land our own. Others did bow to us, as we kept the secrets of Skahan Dû, the secrets of the Black Mirror. Even as tragedy and madness did fester in our foundations, we held fast and steered the land through vile English attack and worse. In time, the Gordons and the land became one.
I'm on with the land. Last one.
Some pages have been ripped out. The only thing left seems to be some kind of family oath.
In blood we are bound to the land we protect, to the truths we alone may conceal. I shall forfeit my
Secrets are
life,
never a good thing.
lest my clan should suffer. I shall forfeit my spirit to hold the darkness at bay. In blood we are bound till the day of the reckoning.
What on earth? Where's the call coming from?
These random sound effects just come out of nowhere. Oh. Why is it getting all blue all of a sudden? What the hell is that? Why does it look like we're underwater?
Is this what madness feels like? It can't be real.
Oh, we're underwater now. We're dead. Let's get out of here. Oh. What's that? An underwater plant? Are we just...
This looks like the bottom of a lake.
Yeah. Can we leave? Nope. Oh look, fishies!
What are you trying to show me?
Okay, random floating body. Oh. Oh. Falling again. I'll catch you!
She's not holding a baby, but some heavy object to weigh herself down.
Oh god, what's happening to my screen? The hell is that? Oh, we can... Oh wait, there's something shining on her. Oh, I don't like how my screen's going black. Maybe let's try going up here. Oh, here we
There's
go.
a fresh wound across her stomach. The figure up there must be
Oh,
Edward.
Edward's pushing her down. Okay. I guess we're going up. Let's get him. Is she pushing Aunt Cecilia down? What do you think you're doing, mate? Okay, I don't like how my screen's going black when I approach these things. I'm just gonna play it safe. There he is, there he is. Oh, there's something to interact.
A note. I'm taking my baby with me to save it from this rotten family.
Find my child!
Who are you?
Right?
Oh. I'm totally alright. Yeah, I'm good.
Did you see her? She drowned.
Calm down, you're in shock. What were you doing clambering about in here?
If I told you, you'd think me mad.
Odd. That is just what your father said to me.
Who are you?
What? Who are you?
My name is Dr. Leah Farber.
Ah.
The asylum.
Says
The
doctor.
asylum.
Let's get you back to the castle and make sure you are all right.
Whoa, 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 calm down. Why do you look so bloody grumpy? Why are you here, or the asylum? Why are you here?
What did you come here for?
I'm not sure your father's story is finished yet, and there are some things I still need to make my peace with.
I'm guessing the asylum is like the loony bin? Where you keep the crazies?
What's this about an asylum?
As I said, your father was admitted.
Why? Who did that to him?
I did. But unfortunately, he managed to escape.
What? Hold on a minute. How dare you come in here and...
Told you? Your father was a madman. A complete and utter
Alright,
madman.
alright, Eddie.
Don't mind me. Please continue.
No, no, I'm minding you. Please leave. Please leave. You've got nothing to do with this. You rando. Yeah, you locked up John. That's what you did.
Well, what right did you have to lock my father up in a madhouse?
I was his doctor. I understand you are in shock, but you have no right to speak to me in such a way. I was trying to help him.
He's dead. Capital job.
That's not
Now,
fair.
Hold on just a minute.
Oh, Jesus! Oh, no! No!
Oh shit. I know who it is. I know who it is. Yeah, it's the maid. Of course it's the maid who was going to give me some answers after dinner. Of course it's her. Of course she's dead. The only one you could trust in this bloody house is dead. And look at the timing. Some other woman appeared. Some other woman appeared claiming she wants to help me. At the same time the maid dies. Okay.
Eddie, it'll be all right. Pull yourself together.
I suggest nobody else goes down there. We should keep the room intact until the police can get here.
I shall alert them first thing in the morning. What an unfortunate accident.
Oh yeah, you sound so sad.
An accident? You think so? Just after the madman's son turned up at our door?
And yet you were the one standing over her body with blood on your hands.
How dare you? I was too late. I was trying to help her.
Help? You were trying to help.
There, my sweet boy. Let's get you to bed. Angus, would you?
Of course, ma'am.
I think we will all benefit from a good night's sleep.
Agreed. Oh, I just realized Andrew's back.
I know you may have no reason to, but I need you to trust me. I'm the only one on your side when it comes to your father's death.
Lady Margaret certainly isn't. But if I told you what I saw in the chapel, you'd have me in a padded cell, just like my father.
You can't be like that. You need to open up. Why are you here?
Why did you come here?
To make sure my father was successfully in the ground?
With all due respect, Mr. Gordon, I will not allow you to speak to me or about my work in such a tone. I tried everything I could to aid your father. Your father was heavily drugged when he was brought to me, to prevent any further violent outburst, or so Lady Margaret had said. But something felt wrong, even then.
Let's ask about John.
So, what was my father like when you locked him up?
I didn't just lock him up. I tried to help him. He was convinced he was carrying some ancient curse, that he was being haunted by evil. I wish I had reached him, had been able to reach him.
Maybe if I threw you a bone, you'd get off my back.
Don't treat her like that. She's just trying to help you. Although it is suspicious of the timing of her arrival and the maid's death, but there's no proof, there's no evidence yet. You have to trust her. Eddie's the only one that looks like he's pointed towards it at the moment. Obsession with the family history.
Father was obsessed with the history of the family for as long as I can remember.
Did your father actually believe his family was out to get him?
Who knows? I think what scared him was beyond the physical.
Talk about this ancient evil.
He used to babble about a dark force threatening him and our family.
Was that why he moved you to India? To get as far away as possible?
I believe so.
And yet, here you are, in the very place he sought to protect you from.
Who knows? Maybe there is an ancient evil in this place. An evil that drags us back no matter how far away we get. Even from the other side of the world.
And what do you think? Was your father right? Are there things beyond the physical?
I mean, you're gonna think I'm crazy if I give you the truth. Do I dismiss entirely or avoid the question? Avoiding the question pretty much gives the same impression. We'll just dismiss it. Actually, both of these answers do the same thing.
He was a disturbed man.
Oh,
he saw
no, it's
things that weren't there.
Things like a drowning woman floating in thin air.
If you really want to help me, then let us find out what the maid knew. She was hiding something, but was too scared of Angus and Margaret to tell me.
You think whatever she wanted to confide might be connected to her death?
Maybe.
Agreed.
Whatever I saw in the chapel, it has to be real. It has to be. A woman must have drowned herself in the loch. Because if it's all in my mind, like father, like son.